Welcome to RCiRS's Pro Mazda Fixed Week Race 1. This week we're going to be at Lime Rock Park. These guys are out here getting warmed up for their 20-minute practice. Then to follow with a 10-minute qualifier. Then we got a 30-minute race, no pit stops, no damage, with a standing start launch. Give these guys some time for everybody to get into the lobby. Good group of guys out here tonight. Looks like we're gonna have Michael Colombo, Tim Gerace, Bill McLean, Steve Gerace, Tal Tran, Chet Miller, Todd Rizzo. They have all checked in so far. They're starting to get warmed up. There was a practice on the Tuesday prior of each race that occurs each week on Thursday for the next 6 weeks. These guys trying to get their cars figured out. Everybody is on a fixed setup. The only thing they can do is change their brake bias. They're all running about 8 gallons of fuel. For qualifying, I believe they are set to 3 gallons. Tal Tran out there rocking the Marlboro paint scheme right now. Looks like Chet Miller's going to make it. Clint Youch just signed up and joined. Rizzo going for a quick off and on. There we go, right there in the top left-hand corner. You'll see how much time is left in practice. Roughly going to be about, what's that, 10 and a half minutes? 11 and a half minutes. I can't do math. And Rizzo going for a nice little spin there. Good time to get all those jitters out before you start your qual. Chet Miller going to be rocking the Team Penske. Now during their practice on Tuesday, you'll probably have 2 different groups here, but each groups are only separated by a matter of tenths. So we're hoping to see some good racing going on today. And with 30 minutes and no pit stops, it's basically going to come down to a race of agility. Who can keep on track the most, no mistakes. Should be a fairly interesting race. Judging from practice, though, it's going to be Michael Colombo would be the one to beat. Definitely in his natural environment and feeling very comfortable in this car. judging by his practice times that he threw down on Tuesday, setting the bar at a 45.9. Steve Drace also coming out with something to prove. He's been getting quicker and quicker. During practice, he was throwing down a lap time of a 46.7. We'll see what he can put down tonight. Maybe put him up close to the front of the grid in this one. Just about halfway through practice with about 8.5 minutes remaining. Now coming down about 8 minutes remaining. Bill McLean, a newcomer to the group, but definitely not a newcomer to speed. Running the Coors Silver Bullet car. Definitely going to be quick. One to watch out for. Going to be a pretty good battle. I think he'll be up at the front. Is going to make it too. I know Paul and his brother Robert were practicing yesterday. We're practicing earlier this week on the Tuesday. Hopefully they see his brother make it out as well. Hate to see all that practice just kind of go down the drain when you don't make the race. But they got some time. As long as you're registered by qualifying, you will be in the race. Drace rocking the 80s retro paint job. Got a little bit of those neon colors kind of flowing into one another with a little bit of the fade. Don't know if that was intended to be on purpose or maybe the painter just kind of ran out of paint as he went through the colors. Kind of like going through the paint shelf. I got a little bit of this turquoise left. That'll work good. We'll float into whatever is left of this blue into this purplish into, well, we'll just thin it out towards the end and kind of make it an orchid color. With Steve Drace. This track's a kind of a tricky one. It's definitely high pace. If you want to keep the momentum up with these cars, it's definitely you're kind of going to be pitching it into the corner and just hoping that your trajectory is right as you enter and where you're going to be exiting without having to lift, or I should say without having to lift much. as I see it. Robert now joining the lobby. So good for him. All that practice being done is not in vain. His brother Paul out there rocking the Red Bull livery. Car looks pretty good, gotta say. Here we are back to the Silver Bullet. That Silver Bullet looking a little quick. We're going to see, I think what Coors Light is all about, the Rockies. Right there, you just got to be a little careful as the car gets slightly airborne coming up the hill. Oh, and managed to put two wheels off, but keeps it going straight. About 3 minutes left in practice. These guys will be getting it on in qualifying. Oh, slight little lockup there. I believe that was Clint. Yeah, that was Clint Leal with a slight little lockup going into turn one. Want to get all those out right now. Everybody's still kind of getting used to things. Trying to find the limits of their car. Everything goes always good and smooth during practice, but as soon as it comes to race day, you know, those nerves just start to flow and you kind of get to start getting the jitters. That's what this 20 minutes is all about. Get those jitters out, get your mindset, find your groove. You're going to have 10 minutes of qualifying, and then it's 30 minutes of who can fight their way to the top. Again, something interesting. These guys are used to a rolling start, but for this, we're going to go with a standing start. So this will be very interesting. I don't know if anyone's been practicing their launches. So the question is, who's going to spin them? And who's... I don't know where I was going with that. I have nope, just lost that one. I lost that one like Clint almost just lost his car right about there. Yep. Hopefully nobody spins their tires like my mind was spinning there trying to figure out where I was going with that one. Ooh. A little bit wide there with Steve Gervais. Now remember, there's also no damage in this. Reason being for that in this season is we just kind of want to get everybody used to racing with one another. Wasn't quite too sure what the turnout was going to be, so we didn't want to have to worry about, you know, a crucial mistake happening in turn one, collecting half the field, and then having a whole yelling argument going on in the Discord. So, you know, that's the reason for that. And it looks like our time is up. We will be rolling into practice again. Welcome to Lime Rock on this Thursday. As you can see here, it's a wonderful, cool, chilly 67 degrees with 60% humidity as these guys are ready to go out for their qualifying. And like I said, Robert Roses joins in the mix, and well, that's one way to make your first initial appearance, by sliding the car sideways. It's okay though, plenty of time left on the clock. You only got to complete a couple laps to get your qualifying lap in. And it looks like it appears that BMW has figured out how to make a rotary engine. Whoa! Not quite too sure what happened there. Steve Drace went for the ride of his life. I'm assuming he caught just a little bit too much air coming off the top of the hill and going into the wall, and that kind of sent him upside down. Those are the two things you have to worry about in this race that are gonna really hurt you. One, if you hit something, make sure you don't go upside down because that will require a tow. And two, going up the hill on the track, if you go a little bit too wide, you hit the barrier on the left-hand side there, your wheels get sucked in and you're stuck, and that is going to require a tow as well. So those are the two things you really want to avoid in this next race. A tow will just seriously hurt you. Whoop, whoop, and that's what we're talking about right there. You want to make sure when you're starting to get up and over the hill and you're cresting that one part, you want to make sure the car is as straight as possible. You don't want the wheel turned. As the weight comes back onto the front and the rear end starts to get light, obviously it's the front end that starts to take over and the rear just kind of wants to go wherever it wants. So the straighter you can keep the car and the wheel going over that, the better off you're going to be. Now, as the tires warm up, it does get better, but on this first lap with the cold tires, it's going to be very tricky. We'll see how many cars are going to survive that one. So right now, Bill McLean going to lead him on top of the leaderboard with a 46.8. But again, though, we haven't seen Colombo throw down his lap yet. He might just be waiting. And there it goes right there, 46.2. 46.2 for pole right now. But we still have about 7.5 minutes remaining. The silver bullet. Tap the Rockies. Bill McLean, what's he going to throw down this lap as he starts coming across start and finish? Comes across at a 46.4, getting quicker, but not quite there yet. Just gonna have to see if he can find a little bit more speed. Rose is gonna be coming in at a 47.08. That's gonna be Robert Rose's. Chet Miller at a 47.5. Todd Rizzo coming in swinging 47.1. Right now, all eyes are on Bill McLean. 45.9. 45.9 for Colombo. Now a half second up on McLean. What's Bill got to do? Does he have anything? Tapping the ultimate power of the Rockies. Comes across the line last time by for him. Gonna be a 46.8. So actually losing about 4/10 right there. Still plenty of time left, and the times may get quicker too. As the fuel starts to get lower, the cars get lighter. Thing is, though, if Colombo is already throwing down a 45.9, what can he do if it gets down to like 1 gallon? Let's take a look at your P3 right now. Todd Rizzo, 46.9. 46.6 for his fast lap. 46.9 for Chet. These guys are getting quicker and quicker. Robert Roses almost there, 47 flat. See if he's got some in it to drop him into the 46s. Everyone looking really good. Todd Rizzo going to be coming up on some traffic. I think that might be Chet in front of him. And it is. Now the draft with these cars, ooh, very good there for Tim's Race for keeping out of their way. The draft in this car is actually pretty nuts. So Todd Rizzo might be able to take advantage of this. Now the one thing is with these cars, when we noticed the testing, oh no, there was a slide, too big of a slide. One thing when we tested these cars at Monza, the draft is like you get to a certain point and it just sucks you in to where you really have to be on point and be ready for it when that turn comes up, that you don't plow into the guy in front of you. So right now Colombo's still on top with that 45.9 holding, 46.2 out of McLean. Now this will be interesting. If Bill McLean can catch up to the car in front, catch that draft, will it be enough? Will it be enough to fight for pole? I mean, right now he's only technically less than 3/10 off. And we still have just about 3.5 minutes remaining. Colombo right there, pulled over, waiting to see what he's going to do. Bill looking pretty good here. Let's see what we got for sectors. We got 11.3, a 13.2, 6.7. Here comes McLean crossing the line. Is it enough? No, runs a 46.6. So consistently in the 46s right there. It looks like he had a counter steer when it a little hot in turn one. Don't think that's going to do it for him. He may get one more shot after this lap. Actually, what am I saying? These guys are getting 46 seconds a lap. He's probably got about 3 more laps. Let's take a look at Rizzo here. Sector 1 for Rizzo, going to be 11.7, 13.4. Are looking good. You can hear it just get a little light. You always just hear a little blip of the RPM going up. 6.8. Let's see what he's going to have coming across the line. He's only 4/10 back from Bill. Rizzo going to cross the line. Unfortunately, not going to do it. A 47.6 for that one. A second off his pace and comes in a little too hot. He might just park it for right now. Good run, though. Roses, though, coming out of nowhere and taking that P3 from Rizzo. 46.6. And with 46.649, that just got hurt just a little bit there, as we're only talking 0.05 of a second at this point. That BMW powered rotary. Hauling. It's hauling right now. So right now, everybody looking to be almost in the 46s to on a 47 flat. Clint 48.0, Tim 48.2. I don't think Colombo's out on track right now. Colombo is. The 12.5, 18.6, 9.4. No, he's just putting around. Obviously, those aren't very super hot sectors. Let's see what's Bill got left. Does Bill have anything left to give? His last time by was going to be a 46.7. 11.4, 13.2, 6.6.9. To come down the hill into that fast right-hander. There's a key area where you want to keep it in a 5th and then shift into 6th. Still coming through. 46.5, so it's not, doesn't look like he's going to be able to find the time. But again, standing start, but also Colombo's in his natural environment with this open wheel Pro Star Mazda. 46 flat last time by for Colombo. Everybody looking pretty good. Qualifying just about to be over. It looks like Colombo going to be starting on that P1 spot. Bill McLean right behind him. Robert Rosas in 3 and Todd Rizzo in 4. This is a double file standing start. And this is going to be your grid for tonight's race.
Robert, way to bring it. Even a blind squirrel.
All right, looks like all the cars here are ready, getting grid up.
Can't hear you, Paul.
All right, everyone's grid, everyone's set. Here comes the lights.
Green flag, green flag.
And they're off. And Colombo falling a little bit of sleep at the start. That's going to allow Bill McLean up to the 1 and Rizzo. Let's see if they're going to be able to hold off Michael. And no, Bill going too hot into 1. Michael now over the back of Rizzo. Rizzo going to be able to hold him off. It's a long race. We got 30 minutes. Paul Rose is going off right there. Going to be coming back on. You can hear the crowd cheering for Todd right now. Ooh. Chet in that P3 spot. Getting a little swirly up on that hill. Good run right now between 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tao not too far back there. Todd too hot into 1, gonna slide it, just gives it to Colombo, and that might be all she wrote. Colombo, really, you had to just keep him in line. You can't let him out in front. He's just gonna run away with that. Let's see what Chet can bring to the table if he's gonna be able to chase down Colombo. Like I said before, the draft is great on this one. If he can stay in that draft, he may not pull away. But meanwhile, Chet and Robert have to make a decision. Are they going to work together and see if they can keep up with Colombo, or are they going to battle it out and just let Colombo ride off into the sunset? Closest battle on the track right now going to be 1, 2, and 3. You can see that on the mini map towards the top right-hand side. Right now, Chet Miller holding down P2. Robert Rose is trying to make the charge, or is he just trying to work together and help push Chet back up to Colombo? Long race to go. Very long race indeed. As you can see, we have 30 minutes on the clock, and we're only down to 2:30. Okay, 2:20. I guess I was going to be a little bit quicker than coming out of my mouth than the seconds running off the clock. Meanwhile, though, Colombo slowly pulling away, but still in sight. Rosas closing that gap. Makes you wonder what are on the mind of these drivers. Are they going to work together, or Rosas just going to be like, yeah, we're not catching Colombo. I'm just going to try and get P2. Meanwhile, though, it looks like at the back between... Oh, and Rosas with a massive mistake. Goes a little bit too wide, puts 2 off. That's going to free up the pressure off of Chet. Let's see if Chet can take advantage of this and see if he can follow those lines. Colombo's setting down in front of him and catch on up. Meanwhile, though, that means we're going to have a little bit more of a battle between 4 and 3. That's going to be Tao and Bill. Bill obviously having that big off after getting the good hole shot, taking P1, but then losing it in turn 1. And Bill looking to the inside, realizing it isn't going to be there. Tao doing a good job keeping the door shut. We'll keep an eye on the 1-2 battle up in the front with the mini map. Chet, though, doesn't look like he's going too far back from Colombo right there. Bill sticking the inside tire there, going to make his way around Tao. Tran going to fall down to P4. Bill McLean, the man on a mission. You know he's got to be seeing red with a bobble like that. Having his single shot at P1 taken away from him due to the glitch in the right foot. Tao, though, right there, still on Bill. Like I said, that draft, if you can stay in those lines in that draft and be prepared for the car to push just a little bit, entering the corners, the guy in front's not going to be pulling away all that quick from you. So right there, there's your split between the two, 0.7. Colombo throwing down a 46.1 in this race. Miller, though, 46.8. Colombo might just be kind of biding his time. He pulled away massively from Chet. Right now, the closest battle on the track, though, is going to be this 3-4. Still, though, Bill now starting to pull away. Tao out of that draft, and you can see how fast that gap can go if you don't stay in that draft. Bill now 1.2 up. As you can see, our leader running clean and consistent. 46.2, 46.1, 46.3. Colombo driving like he has ice in his veins right now. There's no pressure, just has to sit there and cruise. Although he's got to cruise for another 24 minutes. Meanwhile, Chet, not too bad. 47.2, 47.2, 47.4. Kind of lost his toe a little bit there. I'm not too sure what happened. Maybe he had a slight little slip up that might have rattled his cage. Decided, you know what? I'm in P2. Maybe I should just kind of back it off, run at a pace that I'm comfortable with, and just score some points. Now we got some smoke in the air. Looks like it's going to be from Rizzo? No, Jerez. Unfortunately, Rizzo is out. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened to Rizzo. Rizzo is showing that he is out right now. Oh, that's an unfortunate run for Rizzo. He was looking very, very good. Not too sure what ended up happening. Like I said, there's two areas in this track that can get you. There's the one up the hill on the left-hand side rail. You hit it hard enough, your car will get sucked in. You can't get it out. That will require a tow. And the other one is if you end up upside down. Those are the two things that will cost you the most amount of time in this race. Meanwhile, where's our hard charging Bill? Bill made his way around Tau. How close are we sitting there looking to charge up onto P2? Not going to show. Let's see if we change that time right there. So he's more than 2 seconds out right now, so we're not going to show up. It won't appear on the battle box. Let's see if we can find a deficit on how much he needs to make up. Still not showing, not too sure why. There we go. So right now, Chet is about 2.6 up on McLean. Again, as we saw, McLean got the whole shot at the start of the race, but then just lost it in turn one. Makes you kind of wonder if Colombo kind of saw that coming. Colombo was like, fell asleep at the start, but it's okay. Because the mistakes are coming. The mistakes are coming. Meanwhile, McLean on a mission. Kind of going a little die hard. All right. Yeah, okay. Sorry for the bad pun there. Hope those of you who are watching are enjoying the show. This is week 1 of 6. Every Thursday night at 7:30 Pacific time, we will have this series going on. This started out as a group of just RC car racers who couldn't really do anything during the COVID lockdown. So what do we all decide to do? Go out and go get sim rigs. And decided that we still wanted to race one another, so we put this group together, and it's slowly evolving as far as we have a couple drivers in this series now that came from friends of the RC community. So we'll just see how it goes. So again, every Thursday for the next 6 weeks, this series will be running. Next week we will be at Monza, so a little bit more of a high speed. Definitely want to stay in the draft type of track. Right now, though, McLean just now coming up under less than 2 seconds. Well, he definitely found the limits of turn 1 right at the start. Those cold tires will get you. Four, 5, and 6 are also really bunched up. McLean closing in hard on Chet. So let's take a quick look back at what's going on for Clint. These guys are about 15 seconds back away from the battle going up ahead of them. But right now, between these 3 guys, which is going to be Clint Yao, Steve Gerace, Tal Tran. There's your splits right there. Steve, sandwich in the middle. 1.9 behind Yao and 2.16 ahead of Tran. So none of them can decide to make a mistake. Well, not like you really ever decide to, but you know what I mean. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and take a look back up at Bill. Bill seriously going for it now, under a second. Not even halfway through this one. Colombo, though. Colombo has checked out 46-1. Bill should be getting that draft pretty soon. And Chet should start seeing him in the rearview mirrors, or at least start feeling that pressure. Meanwhile, though, your race leader, Nice and smooth. 46.6, 46.4s, 46.5s. Just sitting mid to low 46s. That's really all you're going to need. He just needs to stay there for the next 17 minutes, 30 seconds. Meanwhile, Bill, 46.7, 46.9, and 46.9 compared to Chet's 47 flat, 47.6, 47.6. So here comes Bill, hard on the charge. Let's see what Bill's going to end up doing. Going to be riding on board with Bill. Chet knows he's there, and Bill closing up the gap there. Big mistake by Chet. Chet going a little bit wide, but making that car look as wide as it could be. Not giving an opportunity for Bill. You can hear them getting a little bit of air. Car getting light, engine RPMs come up. Like I said, you want to make sure your wheel is straight, car is straight when you're going over that little hill. Ooh, Bill flirting with danger, going to be hitting that curbing. And it looks like a mistake out of Chet. I turn my head for 1 second, and Bill gets it. Probably took him on the inside. Not too sure if Chet just let him go by or if Chet actually made a mistake. But Chet, though, the thing with Chet, once he gets behind you, as long as he doesn't make that mistake and he keeps it nice and cool, he'll stay with you. And maybe that's what he's looking for right now. Bill, meanwhile, say no, I need redemption. I need to fight, see if I can get back up to P1. Let's see if he can throw it down. I'm not too sure it's gonna happen. Things start to get hard, start to get lonely when there's nobody in front of you when you're trying to chase. And right now, I mean, we're talking. Bill's got. Nah, that's not Robert. See if it'll give me position wise. It will not. But Bill is, if we look at the gap in the top left hand corner, 15 seconds. We would have to see a massive mistake out of Colombo for a lead change, or even a possibility of a lead change. Meanwhile, though, Clinton making his way up to actually losing a spot. Clinton was in fourth last time we checked. Now he's down to fifth. So is Steve Charest, who's able to capitalize and go up to that P4. Now Clint's got to fend off Tao. Tao versus Yao. And Tao sending it into the corner, a little bit of a slide. Manages to keep it tight. Closing the gap just a little bit there. So Tao in that draft about 0.6 back. And it looks like Chet and Bill still kind of a little close together. Well, we'll keep an eye on that one right now as Tao really close up on Clint. Looking around the outside, goes in too hot, locks up the inside tire. And I don't know what happened. They didn't collide. Oh, and Tao puts two off. And, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe more positions lost. Who knows? Tao having to make up a lot of time. Dirty tires. Gets on the throttle a little bit too early. Tao making sure he uses his relative. Goes ahead, gets back on track. No instance there. P2, though, coming up behind him. That's going to be Bill. Tao, man, getting really aggressive there. Looking really good. Trying to put the move on Clint. And then just gets a little bit too aggressive. pushes a little bit too hard, puts the wheel off, and that's all she wrote during that battle. Right now, though, it's still Colombo up in front. Still again, 46.3, 46.7, 46.4. Going to be coming up on Paul Roses. On board with Colombo. Get a little bit of a feel for his throttle control. Gonna go around the outside of Roses. And here's where we go up the hill. And just tracking out beautifully, going from edge to edge, using all the track. I wouldn't expect anything less out of Colombo. Closest battle on the track right now is going to be between Steve and Clint. Dre's been throwing down a consistent 47.7, 47.6, and a 47.8. So nice and consistent. You know, it's a long race, kind of run in your comfort zone. It is a 6-week series, so you just want to focus on getting points as much as possible. Clint Yao, 2 seconds, 2.3 back from Gerace. And this might change things up just a little bit as Colombo's going to make his way through traffic. So let's see if Clint can just maybe tuck himself right behind Colombo when Colombo goes by. See if he can pick up any ground on Gerace. Both kind of holding steady at 2.4. As we know, it was Gerace doing 46.7s or 47.7s, 47.6s. And it looks like Clint's doing about the same at a 47.6, 47.9, 47.6. And here comes Colombo. Let's see. Where's Colombo going to make the move? Colombo's having a little bit of patience right now. Colombo's going to go to the inside of Clint. Very nice. Clint's just going to let him by. As it should be. Let's see if Clint just can tuck right behind and use that to catch up to Steve. Get a little bit of that draft. Right now, though, your top four, and I'm sorry, yours 2, 3, 4, and 5 technically on the same lap up until Colombo's going to be lapping them. We still have roughly 7.5 minutes left remaining in this race. I don't think no, there's no way Colombo's going to be able to lap the whole field, but he's going to end up possibly lapping up to third place. Remember, next week we are at Monza. So that should be another interesting one, especially we're running Monza with the chicane. Most chicanes, actually. Obviously, there's no way you can get rid of Ascari. Unfortunately, Clint not able to hook a tow rope to Colombo to close up the gap. It's too much of a shame that Bill had to make that mistake on lap 1, turn 1. 47.1, 46.9, 47.4. It might have been just getting around traffic. As Bill's starting to pull away. Not too bad. The standing start gave an interesting perspective at the start of the race. Made it definitely interesting. I wasn't expecting Colombo to fall asleep at the start, but at the same time, I wasn't expecting anybody to go off on turn 1. At least not on the first lap. Not within the first 200 feet of the start. And let's see, is that Rosas and Yao? Is it for position or is Rosas a lap down? Let's take a look. From what I could tell, it looks like they're on the same lap from the information that I have. And apparently, I guess not. And a big off by RCiRS. That's going to allow Clint to go back by. So right now, 4 and 5 is up in the air. At least, ladies and gentlemen, we have a race going on. So is that what happens when you tap the Rockies? If you double tap the Rockies, is that technically like tapping out? We're going to have to ask Bill McLean that after this race. Steve RCiRS on the hunt. Let's see how fast if he can catch it. And Clint makes a mistake going off in 1. Nobody wants P5. Nobody wants P4. I mean, Steve gets it. He goes off in turn 1 and he gives it to Clint. And Clint says, nah, you can have it back. Goes off in turn 1. Meanwhile, Chet looking really good. Still consistent. 47 fours, 47 fives, 47 ones. Coming up on Tao. Tao just going to let him on by. Doing the right thing. Good consistent run. Chet going to be picking up some good points leading into this series. Poor Bill. Bill. You could have been somebody. Remind me to edit that one out of this clip. Let's see what's going on with the No One Wants P4. Here we go. Turn one again. Being a little bit more cautious this time. What about Clint? Clint being a little bit more cautious as well. Yeah, between these guys, just about 4 seconds. And they're running at roughly about the same pace. So I think it's going to have to be another costly mistake in order for Clint to see a P4. Your leader controlling this one. Technically not tone to tone, but close enough. Turn one to the end. Again, still continuing to be in those 46s. We got 30 seconds left remaining. Question is, did I give these guys enough fuel? Not too sure if I did or not. Good run out of all these guys. Good run for Chet. Chet going to pick up some P3 points. Steve just has to kind of make it through to the end. Don't want to make a mistake on that last lap. Clint getting across the line. Paul Roses. Tao making it through. I believe Robert is already done as well. The only one we are waiting on. Tao is already through. That's a race. Great job for everybody. So your leader gonna be Michael Colombo. With our championship standings, the points should hopefully be figured out. I'm going to have to figure out how to get that to work. But your overall results is going to be Colombo, followed by Bill McLean, Chet Miller, Steve Gerace, Clint Yao, Paul Roses, Tao Tran, Robert Roses, Tim Gerace, and unfortunately, bad luck for Rizzo. I'm not too sure why he dropped out right at the beginning. But again, we will see you guys next week, 7:30 at Monza. It's going to be a beautiful day, a great race, and we'll see how things go next week. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoy the race. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button. Get notified for next week. Again, every Thursday at 7:30 Pacific for the next 6 weeks for Pro Star Mazda Fixed Setup. You all have a good night.